I have hit a season in life where I have just continued to take on responsibility after responsibility after responsibility. I mean, after all, I've I am no longer in my 20s, and I feel like it's time for me to start taking on responsibilities, right? I want to get more serious in romantic relationships. I'm taking on more responsibilities in my church, and I'm doing this channel. And so I've decided to keep my hands very busy with a lot of things. And with keeping your hands busy and doing things, there's always a fear. And especially for me, I have a huge fear of failure and letting people down. It's one of the reasons why I didn't want to start doing things in the first place, because I knew that I could fail. And I knew that, if I take on more responsibility, when something goes wrong, it falls on my shoulders, And so, now that I'm taking on responsibility, it's interesting because on one hand, I'm actually very excited because these things could be really interesting and cool. And so I'm looking forward to taking on more responsibility in those things. And not only that, I'm also taking more responsibility for like basic like spiritual practices and things like that. These things are all good things, but I just get this feeling of like, oh, I'm definitely going to mess this up and I'm definitely going to fail, right? And I just want to encourage anyone who is in a season like I am right now, just to take a step back and understand, hey, listen, it's actually not on you to make sure everything goes right. Especially if you're a Christian. You have a resource that a lot of other people don't have, which is that your God is with you, He is for you, and whatever you set your mind to do, if He has called you to do it, He's going to help you out with that. It doesn't mean it's going to go well or perfectly necessarily. It just means that whatever the outcome, if it was a good outcome or a bad outcome, He's going to be in that outcome no matter what. And so you can just rest assured that you cannot mess up so bad that God goes, well, I didn't plan on that, So that's a super important thing to remember. Another thing to remember, because by the way, it's not just me who's going through this season. There's a lot of people in my life. Like, for example, there's a friend of mine who's having a child. And I had this, conversation with him about that, which was, I pointed him to John 15. And honestly, this whole section in John, I believe it really starts in John 13. And just chapter after chapter, it's just Jesus talking to his disciples, John for sure, like, uses a lot of like dialogue in his gospel. He certainly cares a great deal more about getting people to know Jesus one-on-one. And so I go to John 15 about this, and I think this is it. It's a good thing to remember. And I think I'm going to read through 1 through 5, and it says, "I am the true vine, and my Father is the vine dresser. Every branch in me that does not bear fruit, He takes away. Every branch that does bear fruit, He prunes, that it may bear more fruit. Already you are clean because of the word that I have spoken to you. Abide in me, and I in you. As the branch cannot bear fruit by itself unless it abides in the vine, neither can you unless you abide in me. I am the vine, you are the branches. Whoever abides in me, and I in him, he it is that bears much fruit. For apart from me, you can do nothing." That's kind of a hard teaching, but also a beautiful teaching in a way. If you accept it, it's beautiful. If you don't accept it, it's kind of harsh, right? So I'd say on one hand, if we as believe, I'd say verse 2 to me is very instructive, right? Because this is sort of what I've been going through recently. Every branch in me that does not bear fruit, he takes away. Every branch that does bear fruit, he prunes, that it may bear more fruit. Man, is that something that's going on in my life right now? I'm recognizing that a lot of the things that I have to do in order to accept a lot of this new responsibility is to completely shed off all this old stuff. All this stuff that I did, when I was single or when I wasn't serving or things like that. I need to shed off a lot of things, and I need to fundamentally think differently about the way that I'm living. The only thing is, the things that are shedding off are things that were me. Like, I built those things up over so long. And so in a sense, I'm like a pot that has gotten shattered. And now I'm just kind of getting picked up and put back together. Like, the useful parts of me are just being put back together into a new thing that can be used for, the things that I'm going to be doing. And so that's the way that I look at the pruning. There's just a lot of things that I have to look at fundamentally differently in my life, right? And abide in me, right? And I in you. What does that even look like? I think it's just wherever you live, Like, what's your basic... Where do you live? Do you welcome Jesus into your home? Do you just say, hey, I'm sitting here, this is Jesus. I go, hey, Jesus, come on in. Whether that's in your video game time, whether that's in your art time, whether that's in your job, what do you do day to day, and are you welcoming God into those things? I think it's important that we do that. I think that's just abide, right? Because abide just means to live with, to indwell. And he uses this image of a vine. He is the true vine, and we are the branches. Literally, we can't do anything outside of him. This is literally true on one hand, because if God created everything, then everything we have is because he has given it to us, because he set everything up, right? But also, just day to day, if I'm concerned and worried, right? Like, I'm worried that I'll mess something up. I'm worried that I'm gonna, let somebody down when I take on responsibility, that I feel like, oh man, I'm not able to do this. God just says, hey, come to me, Like, I'm going to be in a position where people are going to be coming to me and asking for answers. I need to be in the same position that they're in. I need to learn from them. The same way they come to me and ask for answers, I have to come to God and ask for answers. I am not the source of all their answers, of all their security. God is. And so not only to point them to God, but to point myself to God is super important. So if you're going through a season in your life where you've decided to take on more responsibility and you realize, oh, wait a minute, I haven't been the kind of person that takes on responsibility. And now that I'm becoming that person, this is actually kind of a big deal, and I'm actually kind of intimidated by it. Just remember, whatever happens, A, God's already got you, so don't worry. But also, B, run to him. If you're worried, go to him and be like, God, I don't know what to do. He'll show you what to do. If it's not clear or obvious right away, okay, well, that's fine. But God has grace, and whatever mistake you make, God's going to be gracious to you in that mistake, right? So I just want to encourage people, whoever's going through something similar that I'm going through, just want to share that with people. Thanks for listening. You have any thoughts about what I said today, put that in the comments, and thanks for watching. Bye.